call upon my teachers and my teachers' teachers to be present, bringing a channel of energy and healing, light, ancient wisdom through me out into the world for the benefit of all beings. And so it is. Okay, so today's theme is going to be focusing on the third Wei Qi field. So I feel like in this time where we are facing lots of things happening in the external environment, which we cannot control, it's down to us to come back into our centers and realize that we do have our practice, which will help us to strengthen the boundary, energetic and otherwise, between us and everything that's happening in the world. Now, it doesn't mean we're withdrawing from the world or cutting ourselves off from it. It just means we're utilizing these ancient techniques and wisdom to be able to have more sovereignty inside of our space, also more ability to find our way through anything that may become thrown at us, whether it's environmental, toxic, whatever, or things such as viruses, or even just people's energies and thought projections. So we'll be doing lots of clearing of the third Wei Qi field, which is a field that starts about 1 to 2 feet off the surface of the body and goes out to about 5 or 6 feet off the surface of the body in all directions. And it is centered in the middle of the head, the upper dantian. So we'll be also working to clear the upper dantian, and then we will be filling and creating some protective meditations that you can take out into the world to use. We'll do 2 different types of productive meditations depending on the situation you are walking into. Okay, so we're just going to do 1 more minute as we begin to focus into the present moment and feeling your body by feeling your feet on the floor and stretching the spine upwards through the crown of the head, allowing your arms to naturally fly out as you rotate around your center. And beginning to focus now on the breath by breathing in through the nose and a long exhale through the mouth, feeling the shoulders drop. And continue to breathe like this for the next 30 seconds, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Each exhale, releasing the morning before now, any tension or feeling of responsibility in the shoulders. And then we'll finish with another 30 seconds of just breathing in and out through the nose. And then we're going to gently come to a halt. And setting ourselves up for our Wuji position, checking the position of our feet, parallel and slightly wider than the hips. Rolling to the outside of the feet and pressing at the base of the big toes, lifting in the arches, relaxing the ankles and the knees, and then dropping the tailbone by lifting the front of the hip flexors so that you feel the tailbone naturally drop. Now imagine that you have a tail extending out of your tailbone, so you have a tripod of energy, so you're very solid and stable. And then lifting out of the sacrum through the crown of the head and lengthening the back of the neck by slightly tucking the chin in and up and lifting the tips of the ears. Now allowing the chest to relax, the belly to relax, and allow the shoulders to drop down, feeling shoulder blades Naturally slide down the back as you curve your arms forward. The gentle curve in the wrists and elbows. And then activating the tips of the fingers. And once you've come into the Wu Qi, you can allow the eyes to close, the mouth to close, and breathing in and out through the nose, keeping the nose and ears open. And imagining that there's somebody suspending you like a marionette from above, so you can just really let your arms and legs relax, using the minimal amount of musculature to hold yourself in position so the qi can begin to flow. As your feet are dissolving, your legs are dissolving, your torso and arms are dissolving into the oneness. And then finally your head just dissolving into the oneness. And you become one with the Wu Qi, the primal energy, releasing all aspects of identification of self, just merging. For 2 minutes, we'll stand here in silent meditation. If the mind does bring itself to awareness, bring it just to the breath, focusing in the inhale and long exhale. Now from this expanded place of consciousness, bring that awareness back towards the center of the head, gathering that identity of yourself back together, opening the gate of consciousness in the very middle of the head. And from here, I invite you to set an intention for your practice today. We're still in the energy of the new moon. So we're coming into the crescent moon phase. So if you'd like to set an intention for anything that you're wanting to plant some seeds for, something that you'd like to see to come to fruition, you can allow that intention to form as a phrase or word or an image, seeing it clearly inside that gate of consciousness in the head, and then allowing that to drop down through the Taiji pool, the center line of the body, into the heart center. Feeling that intention resonate with the heart center, making adjustments if necessary to your intention, and then release that intention outwards in all directions. So it flows out from the heart center, out through your energy bodies, out into the universe, out into the Wu Qi, the field of all possibilities. And then gently opening the eyes, sealing the intention by Doing 6 pulling down the heavens. We're going to inhale up, stretching the spine long and opening the crown of the head, bringing in the celestial light down through the Tai Chi pole, washing and cleansing you all through the bottoms of the feet. Deepening the breath in through the nose, out through the nose as you exhale. Feeling yourself awakening. Feeling the muscles open to receive that resonance of the chi as it moves from the center of the body, clearing in all directions. And last time. And then we're going to come bending the knees. We're going to come beginning to clear the meridians of the body by inhaling up the inside of the legs through the lower dantian, down the outside. Inhale up and release. Pulling the energy from the earth. Raking the fingers long as we gather any stagnation that run through the meridians of the body into the hands. Inhale and exhale, release the stagnation. We'll do 3 more here. Waking up the lower half of the body, connecting the lower dantian to the earth as we clear those rivers of light. Last time. Inhale up, and then coming to the bow stance, we'll clear the upper body, inhaling up the back of the arm, underneath, and pulling out. Raking the energy fingers long, clearing, and pulling the stagnation into the palm as it moves. And then use the breath to release that stagnation that's been gathered into the palm. And last time, coming up the back, turning hands and feet to center, turning to the other side, we'll clear this arm, pulling up from the tips of the fingers, through the shoulder joint, just clearing this quadrant of the body, allowing yourself to shift the weight that just pulls the chi all the way through. And last time, this side. And then coming to the center and raking the hands through the head. And pull out of the collarbone. So again, seeing the energy fingers as they penetrate all the way through the skull. And as they're stirring up stagnation, it's being pulled into the palms. And we pull that stagnation out of the body right below the collarbones. And we'll do 3 more clearing of the mind in the upper dantian here. And shaking out hands, releasing any stagnation that's gathered in the palms. And now bending the knees, coming forward and placing the front of the chest onto the knees, grasping the opposite elbow with each hand. Breathe in through the base of the spine and let it run down through the top of the head like a waterfall. Opening the spine, letting the blood rush come to the head. 2 more breaths here. Release the hands to the floor. I'm going to slowly roll up as you're opening the spaces between the vertebrae with the breath. And come to the shoulders. We're going to roll the shoulders open. Lifting the head and coming to some neck rolls. Inhaling back and exhaling forward. And then changing directions when you feel ready. Just loosening up the neck. And then bringing the head up to center, and we'll inhale, center, raising the arms to the side, bending one knee, and then passing the arms in front and the back of the body with an exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Allow the arms to just swing, and they're freeing your whole body as you keep the knees straight forward and turn the torso, beginning to pump the lymph through the body. Pumping the lymph underneath arms, getting the chi moving here, and just beginning to really wring out stagnation that may be present in the hip joints. We do this for 1 more minute. So just really inhaling to center and exhaling to the sides, feeling that chi beginning to move. It's pumping of the legs, pumping through the body, stimulating the immune system. Asking the body here to really get that lymph moving through the body. And as we're squeezing it out, moving the old stagnation, we're flinging it off the body with the arms. 30 more seconds. And then beginning to slow down. And then once more to each side. And bring the feet together for the pounding post. So we're going to rise on the toes and just allow the whole vibration of dropping the heels to the floor, ripple through the body, really relaxing the muscles. Just like a gentle pulsing through your whole being, seeing all the muscles just relaxing, tension coming to the surface, and then coming to the toes and pound it out, releasing the stagnation like a cloud of dust in all directions. Third time, and now coming down to the level of the organs, seeing them bouncing up and down in the torso, releasing any little adhesions and stagnations, and then coming to the toes and seeing the stagnation leave the torso in a cloud. Third time. Fantastic. And now seeing the Tai Chi pole beneath all of that and stirring it up, bringing any stagnations in the Tai Chi pole to the surface, to come to the toes, pounded out a blast of white light from the core in all directions. Last time. Stepping wide and coming into the trembling horse. Shaking the last off. 3 more times. And 1 pulling on the heavens. Inhale up. Feeling that chi moving, and now bringing that chi through the crown of the head, washing like a beautiful wide silvery column, cleansing, moving any stagnation out through the bottom of the feet. Pause for a moment. Just notice how you feel. Tune in with your heartbeat. Tune in with your breath. Just notice any other sensations in your body. Beautiful. Now today we are going to do an extended version of the old man. This will really help to clear the third Wei Qi field. But before we do that, I want to just clear the lungs so we have super open channels in the lung area. So bringing hands in front of the heart, rubbing them together, some say 36 times, but really until you feel the heat build in the palms. And then you can extend those energy fingers long and press them through the back of the chest. Opening the chest, stirring the fingers, and vacuuming the stagnation from the lungs into the palms of the hands. So you want us to really clear the lungs here, pulling any little bits of maybe smoke, if you have a wood stove or burn piles. There's been a lot of those. It's been a lot of stuff in the air. So we're just pulling all that energetically out of the body into the palms of the hands. And when you feel all that stagnation gathering, we're going to pull out right below the collarbone and give to the earth and gather in again. And as we energetically move the stagnation, your body's blood and lymph flow will follow the patterns of the Qi. And what this does is your body's going to physiologically cleanse itself as we remove the energy layer. Now we can assist the cleansing of the body through the purgative nature of sound. So if you'd like to add in an extra layer of clearing out your lungs, you can use the sound sh, which is the more minor version, or s, which is a more intensified version. As you're rotating, just inhale and choose your sound. You reach the end of that, you can pull out and gather. Inhale, breathing in white light, and then using the sound. We'll do 2 more of these. Inhale, and last time with the sound. Now just feel, because we've created space by purging it out with the sound, we're going to bring in the white light. And now open the palms of the hands. Imagine they're like ray beam emitters of light or spotlights. They're now filling the lungs. Seeing all that space that you've created inside. And filling it with white light. Pouring out of the palms. And then just placing one hand over the other to really settle in the Qi deep into the lung tissue. We're just going to breathe, inhaling through the nose, and just suspend the breath. Move the air to the upper lungs, and then nice, long, easy exhale. This time we're going to breathe in a blue light into the lungs. Suspend the breath, swirl the breath, swirl the blue light, feeling it oxygenating the cells. And then when you're ready, you can exhale. And this time I'm going to breathe in a gold light. Deep into the lungs, seeing the cells opening to receive in the golden light. As you suspend the breath. And then gently release the breath and exhale. And pulling down any extra Qi from the lungs to the lower dantian. Pause for a moment. And tuning into the lower dantian. Imagine that the columns of light are coming up the inside of the legs, golden streams of light up through the lower dantian, passing through the lower dantian, and going down the outside of the legs into the earth. And see how there's a circuit happening where the energy of the earth, the golden light, flows up the inside of the legs, through the lower dantian, anchoring and grounding you, and then down the outside of the legs. And one more time, visualizing that circuit as a toroidal shape up the inside of the legs and down the outside, but it's really going in 360 degrees. And feeling yourself grounded, connected to the earth. Now we'll be ready to begin the old man. We're going to inhale up. And we're going to do 7 minutes today. So really clear this outer fields. Inhale and then exhale the oh. So really be able to practice this today. Oh. The more the sound resonates, the clearer the fields. Oh. Then inhale to the shoulders and bend at the waist.
Considering clearing the fields. And inhale. Oh. Oh. Just know if you need to take a break in 7 minutes, it's perfectly okay. Oh. Down through the shoulders. And in my training, we would do this for 45 minutes every morning. So just know it's perfectly safe. Really clearing old energies and karmas. Oh. Just relax into the repetition. Oh. Oh. Hear the sound in your body. Oh. Vigorously moving the arms from the back, scissoring back and forth, pressing all the air out, and then inhaling. Oh. 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 3 minutes gone already. Oh. 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 And we're dropping the head when you're bending forward to relax the spine, letting the jaw relax, pressing all the air out with the abs, and repeat. Oh. 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 one more minute.
Oh. 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 Oh.
Last round.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
I'm just taking a couple of breaths bent forward. Allowing the arms to just be heavy, the head be heavy. Gently stretching the hamstrings. Lifting the backs of the thighs up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to bend and come into a squat. Just allowing the hips to open. You can have the feet can be splayed out to the sides or parallel, whatever feels right for you. And just taking a moment to rock back and forth, allowing the hips to open, the chi to circulate in through the hip joints. Breathing deep into the pelvis. Feeling the tailbone drop towards the floor. And then rocking forward onto the hands and knees. And we'll just come into a few cat-cows just to really loosen up the spine. This helps to release energy in the upper dantian. So we're going to allow the breath to exhale. Dropping into cow and inhale into cat. And finding your own rhythm, allowing the breath to open the space between the vertebrae. Find the areas in your spine where you can feel the chi is stuck. Sometimes it's behind the heart, sometimes it's in the low back, but being gentle with yourself, but just allow the breath to really open and to guide you. We'll do one more minute here. And then one more breath. And then rocking back on the heels into a child's pose. You can either have an extended child's pose with the arms in front of you and the third eye placed onto the ground, or bringing the arms back along the sides. But either way, you want the point of between the brow to be resting onto the earth. Now breathing into the third eye. Imagine your third eye opening, activating the intuition. And scanning through your body in this relaxed pose, noticing what you notice, what's going on with your body. And then just allow yourself to completely relax here for 1 minute. Continue to breathe. Bringing the hands forward, underneath the shoulders, rising up. I'm going to come back onto the knees, to the toes, and coming into an easy plank. Allowing the shoulders to slide down the back and feeling the weight of the body in the palms of the hands, opening. And then you can, if you want to, rock forward onto the toes and back, stretching out the backs of the legs, the calves. 2 more rests here. And let the knees descend to the floor. And we're going to rock back onto the heels. And just balancing onto the tips of the toes, the balls of the toes. Bringing the hands together in a prayer position. And just feel the energy, the weight of the sacrum descent to the earth. And bring the hands forward, and we're going to roll up. And all the way up. And shake it out. Good. So hopefully you feel some chi moving through the legs and the spine, so they can really create that clear channel. So what we want to do now is we're going to do the Om Harim to really move the energy out of the 3 dantians. This will really help to strengthen these Wei Qi fields, because we'll be releasing any blockages that are stored in these energy centers. So we're going to begin with the Om, which is the head. Well, the energy fingers will dip through all the way down to the throat. It's like we're cracking open the whole head like an egg, and all that stuff that's trapped in there is going to be released, pushed with the sound out into the heavens, and it's just going to dissolve. So we can use the to really help that vibration to break up any stagnation that's in the mind or the head or the sinuses, and it's going to just release. So inhale, crack open, and exhale. Om. And 3 more. And last one. And just seal that portal that you've created by releasing, and bring the hands down to the middle dantian. The energy fingers are going to go all the way to the back, and then crack open the rib cage, and all the emotional stagnation from the heart area is going to leave out the front of the body, dissolve into the air with the sound har. So that sound's going to push it out. And we're going to inhale and then exhale out. And 3 more times. It's time.
And seal that portal to the second dantian. Then we're going to bring the fingers down. We're going to crack open the perineum, the trapdoor. It's going to all release all the stagnation from the digestion and reproductive organs, bladder, as well as any stagnation that's centered in the pelvis energetically. It's going to release on the sound Hreem. And we'll create a low vibration so we can really break up any whatever's in there and just I'm going to push it downwards. So inhale and picking whatever note really works for you. Allow the tailbone to drop so the low back is flattened. Last time. And sealing that portal. Just pause for a moment. Notice how you feel. Notice you can feel any shift of energy in your energy centers, any maybe lightness in certain parts of you. Just take a deep breath through the nose. And exhale, bring the hands to in front of the heart, rubbing them again. And now we're just going to give ourselves light slapping, bringing the circulation, releasing any energy that might have been brought up, and to release it off the body. Releasing the circulation and blood flow. Pay special attention to any tight areas. And then just brush off anything that may have come to the surface. Just take it right off. Good job. Okay. Now we're going to just fill these 3 dantians with energy before I move into doing some of the meditations. So creating an energy ball, the dragon plays with pearl. We're going to fill first the lower dantian by creating an energy ball that's about the size of a softball and an identical size ball inside the middle of the pelvis. And as we shift the weight, pulling more chi to the energy ball, both balls are going to begin to grow in size and density and brightness. And so I'll just really allow, as you're moving, your limbs are very relaxed. So more chi is flowing through and pouring out the palms. You're also just gathering ambient chi from the earth itself, the vibrational fields, pulling it in and rowing your chi ball. Just bringing more chi to the lower dantian, giving your body more energy to heal itself with. Releasing that life force energy within you. You can move the ball however you like. The main thing is to really just focus on seeing that ball growing in size and density. And the movement here is just helping. As we spin the ball, it's gathering chi to itself. Just like when we roll a snowball through the snow, gathering more snow onto it, or a dung beetle rolls its dung ball, gathering more to itself, so it's pulling, it's a law of the universe. Where by creating this motion, this movement, and this intention, we're pulling chi into this area of our bodies, and it's getting bigger. I want to grow it to about the size of a basketball to fill the whole pelvic bowl. This big, beautiful, bright sun that we see inside ourselves. And the breaths just be natural and relaxed. Okay, looks like we're all getting about that size. Now we're just going to condense this ball We're just going to squish it. So we're not losing any chi. We're just making it very, very compressed down to the size of a pearl, inside and outside. And we're going to bring that pearl up the Taiji pole into the middle dantian, and we're just going to release it out and then gather more chi here and inside the middle of the chest. So all that space we created with Om Harim, vibrating old stuff out of us. Now we're filling it with this fresh, golden, energizing, nourishing chi. Seeing that beautiful golden ball spinning in the middle of the chest, refreshing and lightening the heart, filling our emotional reservoirs. About 1 more minute here to keep increasing the ball sizes. Very good. And now I'm going to compress this ball down. Not losing any chi, we're just making it very, very, very bright and very dense. Back to the size of a pearl, and then up the central line of the body to the upper dantian. The same thing, expanding that chi ball inside from the very middle of the head. So here we're refreshing the pineal gland, the master gland, pituitary, clearing and refreshing the sinuses, balancing the 2 halves of the brain, filling the mind with this really positive, grounded chi. This also helps to just refresh the intuition, the 3rd eye area. We'll be expanding this ball pretty much to fill the entire head, entire upper dantian area. Just about 30 more seconds. Seeing your whole head being encased with this glowing ball with a very glowing center to it. And we'll begin to compress it now. Back down to the size of a pearl, seeing that pearl in the very middle of the head. I'm going to draw that pearl down into the heart center, just for a few turns, connecting the head and the heart here. Feeling the chest expand with all that inspiration from the upper dantian, and then compressing this back down. And back down to the lower dantian, connecting the head and the heart to the body. Just feeling it. Fill that space once more. Connecting the 3 dantians, like a pathway between these 3 lakes. And I'm going to connect this down to the very tiny pearl. And then just take that pearl and just place it right in to the lower dantian, right below the belly button. Just pause for a moment, notice how you feel. If you feel yourself more filled with chi, once we feel that clearing. And then just shake out the hands and feet. Okay, excellent. Feet cold. Oh, you have to go, yes. It's 10:02. I totally forgot. I'm so sorry. It worked out perfect. Okay, good. You're all energized and ready to go. Okay, so for the last part of the class, we're going to do these 2 meditations that are for protecting. Now, the first one we'll do is, we call it the cocktail party protection. So this is one that you do if you're going to be going out and socializing and mingling with friends, and you don't want to just have people just get out of your way, which we will do for the second one. This one has just a friendly energy, but no one can penetrate your inner sanctum. So I use this one nearly every day. so that I can easily interact with people. I have a low vibration, but nobody's getting in here. So you can do this standing or sitting, whatever you like. And first of all, you're just going to close the eyes, come into the Wu Qi posture, or if you're seated in a comfortable seated position. And first, you're going to visualize the center of the lower dantian, seeing it just 2 inches below the navel in the middle of the pelvic bowl. And from that area, breathing in a white light. More and more white light. This white light is coming from everywhere. And you're going to expand that white light to fill the whole pelvic bowl. And then it's going to come down, filling the legs. It's going to rise up to fill the chest. This white light coming all the way up through the neck into the head. And now it's flowing down the arms until your whole body is glowing with this white light. And then we're just going to extend it to fill the first Wei Qi field. So it'll be 1 to 2 inches off the surface of the body in all directions. This also becomes filled with this white light. So if you would see yourself, your energy body, you'd see your body with this glowing white aura around you. That's 1 inch to 2 inches off the surface of you. Filled with that white light. So that's the first layer. So now we're going to bring your attention to the middle of the middle dantian, the very middle of the heart center. And we're going to breathe in a blue light. Now you can pick whatever color blue feels right for you. It may be different for you every day. So now you're going to imagine breathing that light, and from that heart center, it's going to go out to the second Wei Qi field. So it's going to flow out through the first Wei Qi field from the heart center, front and back, to fill 1 to 2 feet in all directions around you. So like a protective layer of blue light that's surrounding your inner white core. You know, so if you like, visualize the light coming down from the heaven through the crown of the head to fill that layer, whatever seems most effective to you. The main thing is you're creating that layer of light around you. It's that 1 to 2 feet wide blue light layer in all directions, and just tune in to see that it is evenly distributed around your white core. Because there may be sometimes areas like, oh, that part of my back is not being filled. Just noticing, so that we can really create a solid layer of light all the way around. And that blue layer of light is going to be highly protective. Nothing will be able to get in. Nobody's thought forms or energy darts or negativity, it's not going to be able to pass in through that outer layer of the blue light. Protecting your core, your emotions, and your physical body are protected. And now we come to the third Wei Qi field, which is centered in the middle of the head. So you can, again, imagine it coming in through the crown of the head, from the center of the head, and it's going to flow out from the third eye, the front, between the brows and the back at the very base of the occiput. A rose-colored light. So it's going to surround the blue light, and it's going to extend from the edge of the blue light to 5 to 6 feet off the surface of your body in all directions. So quite a wide layer of rose-colored light. And just really tune in to make sure it's going all the way around, including underneath your feet and above your head. So this is the vibration of love. So when people meet you, they'll feel comfortable, they're able to approach you. It's a good one, maybe if you're working also. But they can't pass through that second layer. So you have this deep level of protection, while at the same time putting out a very high vibration of positivity and love. Also attracting to you only those people that have that vibration. People who don't have that vibration will just be, you'll find they'll just turn and walk the other direction. Once you see yourself, these 3 layers, just really picture those 3 layers of light around you. And great, you're ready to go. Gently open the eyes. So that's the first protective meditation. Now the second one I'm going to teach you, this is the one I learned where you use before you go into hospitals, jails, or like really intense crowd energy, or something where sometimes they cemeteries, but anywhere where you really want like a full-on protection, like nothing is going to get in. And it's so powerful that I've used it often in places like festivals or things where I really don't want to absorb anybody's energy. And I also don't want to attract anyone's energy to me, but I just want to be able to move through the crowd. And people literally do not see me. I become invisible. So you have to watch out for that. Actually, be careful that people can't, they literally won't see you. You're so protected. So this, we call this the mummy. And this begins by, so you're standing or sitting, but you're going to pop out a layer from the lower dantian. You're going to pop out a ball of white light. Boom, it's going to come out. And it's going to come out, I would say, you know, a fair distance, but not super far out. I mean, you can pick where you want it to be. I usually come out around here. So, you know, 1 to 2 feet probably. So kind of the edge of the second Wei Qi field. But like I said, you can move it out further if you want to. It's up to you. Just depends on the situation you're going to be in. So you're going to pop out that ball of white light. And now you're going to begin to circulate it, that ball, and it's going to leave a trail of light. So, and you're going to move it towards the right. So you're going to be imagining that white light, and it's flowing around you. It's going to go all the way around your body. I'm just tracing with my hands to show you the path of it. And then it's going to start to descend. So it's like creating like a mummy, right? A mummy, like you're wrapping this white light around you. And so the layers are going to overlap. So there's no gap in between. You're just going to keep moving this ball of white light down around you in this very solid, like a bandage, right? All the way around you. And it's going to continue to circulate all the way down through the floor. It's going to even go into the floor. It can go even several feet below you. And then you're going to keep circulating it, and you're going to bring it back up. So following the same path, it's going to keep coming up. It keeps clockwise, keep going around you. So you're creating basically a double layer of light pathway around you. It's going to come all the way back up. It's going to come all the way up to where we started. And then we're going to keep going. But this time it's going to rise. So it's going to go above you. It's going to keep circulating all around the torso. Again, you're wanting to create no gaps in it. You're picturing that you're creating literally this white bandage light all the way around you. And it's going to come all the way up to above the crown of the head, picturing that. So as far as above as you like, and it's going to keep going clockwise, creating a second layer of light over the first layer. And it's going to keep going all the way down, circling around as you come down the torso and all the way back down to the lower dantian where you started, and that ball of light is going to go right back in. So just pause for a moment. Imagine this solid layer of double white light and how it goes under the ground and even above you. And just inside of that, you're completely solid. Nothing can enter in. And so this is what I recommend for using, like I said, in situations where you really want to make sure no negative energy comes in. I did use this a lot in hospitals when I was taking Sala into them, because there's lots of negative energy in hospitals, lots of stuff going on. And I just wanted to make sure I wasn't absorbing any of it. And so that's called the mummy. So between those two protective things, that'll cover nearly every situation that you need to be in, so that when you walk out your front door and you've got one of those two on, you are protected. Nothing is coming in that you don't give consent to. You have sovereignty over what's happening inside your own field. Okay, so that's the protective layer meditations for today. And now we can lie down and relax. Come into comfortable, warm, cozy place. So as you relax and feel yourself just absorbing all that positive chi generated and tuning into feeling that sovereignty of your being, feeling how your own energy is really inhabiting the space within your Wei Qi field. So all the way to 5 to 6 feet out in all directions. Just feel how nice that is to have created all that space. We did a lot of clearing from those fields today. Mind should be feeling calm because we've cut cords and released any looping thoughts that are not serving. And instead, just enjoying feeling your own energy resting inside of that. Now I'd like you to picture yourself as you are walking down a beach on a beautiful day with the sun shining. It could be whatever kind of beach you like, a tropical beach or northern windswept beach, whatever you're feeling most resonating with today. Feeling the expansion of the ocean. Feeling the huge dome of the sky overhead. Noticing how good you feel inside your body with your chi freely flowing, connected and grounded and inspired. And then choose a place to sit on the beach where you can be facing out to the ocean, seeing the horizon line. Feel the energy of the sun directly overhead. Feel that warmth of the sun radiate through the crown of the head, and the life-giving chi from the sun flowing down through the taiji pole, warming your entire being. So feeling warm and expanded. And switching on that internal vision in the middle of the head to really see the energetic anatomy of your Wei Qi fields. I've done a lot of work with them today. So feeling that density of your first Wei Qi field, your physical form, slightly off the physical body, feeling that dense chi layer, feeling all the organs, the blood, the circulation, that three-dimensional physical form, and feeling your gratitude for your body, for its miraculous complexity, for its incredible design. Just feeling that gratitude radiate out through your entire physical form and thanking it for all it does without you even knowing, repairing itself, creating trillions of cells every hour, repairing and replacing all the parts that may be worn or injured. They're constantly healing. And then bringing that internal awareness to the second Wei Qi field, feeling it centered in the heart, feeling how it's less dense than the first Wei Qi field, and flowing all around the physical body, and tuning into the layer of that second Wei Qi field, feeling how the emotions are flowing throughout it. Emotional memories are stored here, experiences, even traumas, heartbreaks. But by the clearing that we've done today, it should be feeling much clearer. You feel your heart feel open. And feeling that heart-centered love for yourself, appreciation. Appreciating yourself for being a loving being. Appreciating yourself for being able to connect with others and share who you are, sharing your feelings. And feel gratitude for all the feelings you have, whatever they may be. And the complexity and the fascinating aspect of ourselves as emotional beings, and how our emotions can guide us and help us to deeper self-knowledge. And then tuning into the third Wei Qi field. So this is the least dense field. It's the Shen Qi, the heavenly Qi. It's like a very fine layer of Qi, and it's the biggest layer, so it goes nearly 6 feet around you in all directions. Here's where so many of our memories are stored. Kinds of memories, experiences. This is the area where we also connect to the ancestors, those who've crossed over on the other side, our guides, our spirits, angels. And this is centered in the middle of the head, the upper dantian. So just feeling the flow of connection out from the third eye, between the brow and the back of the third eye chakra, which is at the base of the skull. Feeling how the flow of Qi through that passes through the middle of the head, the center of this third Wei Qi field. And tuning into how this field alerts you to so much. This is your intuition. You can gather so much information about the world, this world and other worlds through this field. This is where you may get just kind of a knowingness about a situation, even into the future, where you just get a sense of somebody or situation and you just know. Feel how expansive and refined this field is. And just really appreciating not only this layer of protection, feeling your protective entities around you, guardians and angels and ancestors, always present and available for our help. And this is how we can speak to them, is through this layer. You can sometimes even see them through the third eye. We can definitely sense them and feel them. Just having this appreciation for yourself at these extraordinary, extrasensory abilities that we all have. They just simply need to be reminded and awakened. Sensing all the space inside yourself now, the space to create as an interaction of yourself and your energy with the energy of the world. This cosmic, mystical dance. Tuning into your heart center, what it is you're most looking to manifest and create in your world, inside your fields, and then creating the blueprint for that inside of you, so that energetically you're going to be attracting exactly that which helps it to manifest into the outside world. Now, if you like, you can set an intention for your day, which may relate to this goal of manifestation for yourself, or you may have a specific goal of accomplishment or intention or experience that you'd like to have with this day. And almost to just experiment and track yourself. Remember this intention. And then when you go to sleep, right before you fall asleep, tuning back to this moment, scanning over the amount of time between this moment and that moment, and observing how things unfolded for you, coming from this pure place of your practice. And bring yourself back by breathing into your body, breathing that spirit self back in to inhabit this physical form. Coming to a seated position, easily and slowly. Feeling yourself arise like a rebirth from the resetting of your fields. And when you've come to a seated position, bring the hands together overhead, over the crown chakra in a prayer position and drawing down a line from the head to the heart, and then bowing the head to the heart. Give thanks to yourself for taking this time for your practice. Feel that gratitude for this opportunity to experience this ancient wisdom inside yourself. And then if you'd like to share this energy with someone who may need some healing today, picture the person sitting in front of you. Breathe deeply into the hands and blow out some golden light into that person's energy body. Feel it light that person up. Receive that healing intention from you, and then feel how it comes right back to you like a wave back into your heart. Give thanks for this ancient wisdom and knowledge, so that as we heal ourselves, expanding our own beings and our own potential, we radiate it out to give permission and the vibrational possibilities for others into the world for the benefit of all beings. And so it is. Thanks for being here today. Sending you all my love. We'll see you next week.